Hello, I'm James Marentet, doing this podcast for CSI on the effects of computers in our industry. So, in our ever increasing world of technology, the computer has fastened its grip on the entertainment industry. In this podcast, I'm going to be mostly talking about the impact of technology in the recording industry, specifically on computers. Now, recording started in 1877 with Thomas Edison's invention of the phonograph. This was a breakthrough, but it still required all the musicians to play perfectly all together. You couldn't back up and you couldn't edit specific instruments. For the time, it was great, but recording would always remain a painstaking task if it wasn't for the invention of the computer. So the phonograph is where it started, and yes, there were advancements that eased the difficulty of recording, but it was a computer that has completely revolutionized the way sound can be recorded. Just here on my MacBook, I can click a button, speak into the mic, stop the session, play it back, and add effects. Play it back. I could sound like I'm 12, or a chipmunk. With programs like GarageBand and Logic Pro, you can plug in any instrument, hit record, play it back, tweak it, redo it, and if you have all the pieces on your song already layered, you can solo out instruments or double check if they're in tune. It's amazing. The latest advancement, which I'm becoming very fond of now, is MIDI. Now, MIDI allows you to use a keyboard to punch in note values into a grid along the timeline. You can then tell the computer to change the sound that each note makes to the instrument of your choosing. This is where synthesizers begin to come into play and where kick drums appear, or deep kick drums. Instruments that have no acoustic counterpart, no physical form. A lot of pop, rap, and techno rest heavily on beats and instruments created within the computer. But MIDI also allows you to mimic actual instruments found acoustically. With the computer's impact on music, I can create an orchestra movement from the comfort of my room with no crazy violinist to have to deal with or anything. And with the advancements computers are making, we've been able to push a sound to perfection, where a live band could never go. In today's industry, up-and-coming bands can make demos that sound almost as good as professional CDs. This ability has impacted the industry severely. If you want your band to get noticed, you're expected to make a professional quality demo. There's more demand for perfection now that it can be achieved more easily. Every note can be tweaked, every lyric can be tuned. There's no excuse for a mistake on a track, and that is the effect that computers are having on the recording industry. I'm James Marentet, and thank you for watching.